Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Whether you guys are joining us on Twitter, you guys are joining us on YouTube, you guys are joining us on Facebook, the Blue App Meta. Welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring, folks. Let's fight. Welcome to the Coliseum. Welcome to the arena. Good to see all of you joining us. Lots to discuss this evening. So much to discuss. Guys, as you come into the ring, as you come into the Coliseum, you come into the arena, we always encourage you guys to share the live stream. Tonight is no less. Tonight is no different. Share the live stream, folks. We want to get this information out to the folks who need it. Good to see Shawnette Barnes is here. Denny's London Welshman up in the hizzer. Sharon Griffith is here. Fidel. Good to see Fidel here. Good to see Claire, Alexis, Charmley, Richmond, Derek. Good to see Derek as well. And Mark Allman and is it Kanaya? Yep, Karen McFoy. The names are rushing by. The names are rushing by so fast. Guys, good to see all of you. Pamela Douglas and Lynn Fernandez, Paula Greaves. Is it my Lord? Samuel Henry and Donna Liverpool, Esther Blue and Deborah Sharona Lynch. Again, Desiree Simon Liverpool. Good to see you, Desiree. Hope you're well wherever you are. Sheldon Thompson Wilkins and Lester Williams, Rochelle Pollard and Onika Brahma, Patty. Positive Thinker down there in Connecticut. Good to see you there, Positive Thinker. Gladys Mingo Byrne. Good to see you as well. Volme Wilson, Kim Clark, Glennis. Guys, if you don't make a comment, we won't see the names, so don't say we're missing y'all. We're going to try and call as many as we can because, that's how we love to big up our ringsiders. Respect and manners, folks. Respect and manners. Respect and manners. That's how we do it. Again, good to see each and every one of you. You're coming into the live stream. You're coming into the ring, into the Coliseum, into the arena. Share the live stream. So much to share with you this evening. So many information. Sound like a PPP. So many information. So much information to share with you guys. And we're going to have a very special guest joining us this evening. Coming up. We have the one and only Rickford Burke is going to be joining us in our program this evening. Coming up, Rickford Burke is going to join us. And we look forward to our conversation with him. Rickford is in some trouble. The last time Rickford was here, he got into some trouble. And folks, I don't know about you, I like Bacchanal. Let's see what happens this evening. We love Bacchanal. We live for it. Let's see what happens this evening. Rickford is going to be with us here. Lily, is it Gullia? The names are rushing by so fast. Karen McFoy, Penelope Hudson. Good to see each and every one of you. As I have stated, Rickford Burke is going to be joining us. So folks down there at CID, take out your notepads, get a police force, take out your notepads and so forth. We might got to issue instructions. You might got to issue instructions afterwards. Or instructions might be issued for you. So take out your notepads. Do what you got to do. We out here. We out here. Good to see Everett Small and Barbara Major. Robin Narayan. Good to see you, Robin and Everett. I see also, is it Trevor? Celia Hector. Guys, your names are rushing by. Sandra Davis, we see you though. Owen Bacchus and Joylyn Cook. Amos Linton watching us from New York. Margaret Nelson present. I see Sandra Facey. All the Sandras are here. Owen Bacchus again. Paulette Graves. Desiree Chapman. Guys, share the live stream as you come into the ring. I am excited to get to the fight card. I am ready to go, folks. We are fired up. We're going to make way for Rickford a little later on in the program. But good to see you nonetheless. Diane Gibbs, Annie Chisong, Henry, Shelley DeRidder, Gloria Pod. Good to see you. Paulette Hawk Kippins is here as well. Vanessa Hackett is watching us from Florida. Vanessa, it's warm where you are. And so many people would like to be where you are. So many people in the north, that is. We go there. Back home, we good, folks. We good. It's just a little rain every now and again, like these grasses that you gotta deal with. Besides that, we don't envy the cold. We don't envy the cold. Naldo Grant, good to see you. Sam Cook, this is a singer here, boy. Sam Cook, we got to get your autograph. Paulette Hicks, Sheena. Nessa, good to see you as well. Almond Anderson, good to see you guys. Why don't you share the live stream? Some of y'all take shame out of your life for once. Share the live stream. And folks, you all know we can't do this program without you fantastic folks. So we need you guys to come on board and to partner with us. We keep telling y'all, we take things for granted, you know. Folks, don't let it be like this in 2022. We took a lot of things in 2021 for granted. One night you could come here and see the place in blackout. One night you come here and see no image. It's gone with the internet. Guys, help us to keep the program going. And folks, thank you to all of you who joined the podcast today. I had as my guest today, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Annette Ferguson. We're talking about the Jagabat Dharmalal. And we can talk about some more about he this evening. Thank you to the hundreds of you who joined our podcast Below the Belt today. It was our privilege having you guys, and we're so happy that so many of you during your lunch break sought to spend that time with us while you were eating your fancy chicken and your fancy rice, well, fancy chicken in whatever quantity, because, you know, things tight, folks, things tight. But we're so privileged that you guys joined us for our podcast. Folks, this is what we've been doing with the funds and the finances you've entrusted to us. We've been creating more programs to get the news and the information to you. And guys, we're still rolling out some of them. 2022 is pace and power. We can't wait for the dawning of 2022, guys. We want to see those emojis. We want to see those shares as well. We want to see them be scraping hungry and licorice for them, folks. That being said, folks, come on board and partner with us for as little as $5 per month. For as little as $5 per month. 10, 15, 20. Y'all want to go big? Folks, go big or go home. We're grateful. Nonetheless, we got the Cash App available. It's a dollar symbol, dollar sign, in the ring 592. The dollar symbol, the dollar sign, in the ring 592. That's our handle there. And then, folks, we're on PayPal as well. We are on PayPal. Y'all like all the antics? We are on PayPal as well, folks. Our email there is inthering592@gmail.com. Our email there, inthering592@gmail.com. And then we there by the MMG, 627-6963. That's our local MMG number, 627-6963. And then we there too by Western Union. We're going to stand up by the door. We there too by MoneyGram. Folks, shout out to all of those agents. Respect and manners. Respect and manners. Let's head to the fight card now, folks. Bring it up big on the screen. Let us head to the fight card now. We want to show the folks what's happened over the last 24 hours. What the Jagabats have been up to. Bring it up huge on the screen for us. Respect and manners to all of you there. Respect and manners. Colin Williams, we see you there. Richard Fordyce, Myrna Monroe, Doreen Van Veal, Jennifer Haynes. Good to see you, Colin Boven Lewis, Deborah Halley, Babalu Parika, Denise, Myrna, Andrew Cosbert, Kirk Heineken, Vashti McNaught from Waterloo, Canada. Good to see you, Vashti. Melissa McKay, good to see you. Michelle McKay, rather. Clive, good to see you, Clive. Carol Hudson. Oh my, thousands of you are on the live sheet, and we see you, Claire Capel. Again, Denise Samuels and Shondell. Good to see you there, Shondell. Desiree Barrington is watching us. Oh my God, the comments, Dora. Guys, let's see what's on the fight card this evening. Share the live stream, and we want you guys as well. We want to see those emojis. What is the feeling out there in social media? Folks, we trust you have a good day. You've had a good day at work. Some of you will be heading to work a little later on this evening. We trust you guys have a productive evening at work. Some of you watching me right now on the train in some far from places. Watching me in a Uber cab someplace. Some of you might be really excited to check out the main squeeze. Someplace watching in the ring. Y'all him calling. Y'all better change your way for the new year. Folks, these are some of the issues on the fight card tonight. And we are so grateful to have so many of you with us. So very, very, very grateful. We can't lie. That's how we feel. Photo of the day. Photograph of the day. We got some duplicitous people, you know. Photo of the day. We got some very, very duplicitous, wicked, stink, and dirty. But duplicitous in the sense that they ask of us what they themselves find it so hard to deliver. And we have been chronicling here in the ring how this installed regime have been asking public servants to forego socials and Christmas parties. Oh, take a 7% hamper your chest. Take the small tin of corned beef. Take the one tip-tap cheese. Take the half pint split peas. Take it in your chest. But folks, these guys are not going by the same measure. They are not going by that same measure. And we got to point it out. We got to point it out. As our tagline on the program below the belt says, who vex lose? Who vex? We don't care. We're going to point them out because they're hypocrites. Or as the education installed minister said, hypocrites, as she spelled the words hypocrite. Hypocrites. That's who they be. That's who they are. I will continue to point it out. And so this is our photograph of the catfish. And some folks from the Ghana Defense Force. They had what was called what? They had a social, a luncheon, a cocktail at one of the cricket clubs. Bring it up big. They were at Everest Cricket Club. They were having cocktails. And these jacobats got the nerve, got the temerity, right? They got, what do you have when you don't have balls? The nothingness there, right? They got that, because they ain't got balls. They have the nothingness there. To tell public servants, you guys work hard whole year, but you can't have socials and Christmas party. The Grinch, Shri Krishnalal Pasha, the Finance Secretariat, Ministry of Finance, that's what he told public servants. You can't have socials or party, but take a 7,000-yard chest. Take 2 Chinese and a big Coke. Take 2 Chinese and a big Coke. You can imagine if Earphone wake up with a 7,000 hamper, what he would do tomorrow? If this jagabat, this old scamp, Nansur, my dear, if you dash a 7,000 hamper in his chest, what he would do tomorrow? And so there they were. This whole pack of hypocrites. Hypocrites, that's what they are. And hypocrites. Who vex? When John the Baptist is speaking to Herod, back in the days, you think John the Baptist had time with who vex and who thought he was using right words and all kind of thing? Hypocrites! Generation of vipers. That is who they are. Hypocrites, we collect the offering just now. And generation of vipers. Hypocrites. These guys, party after party, event after event. That's what the kind of catfish government. That's what catfish means. Yeah? In this context, you tell people one thing and you're doing something totally different. So the guys went to a cocktail. Sporily, Nicola Best, Derek Griffith, Patricia Nelson, Kenrick Verwin. Folks, share the live stream. We beg of you. Ingrid King. This is photo of the day. These guys gone to the cocktail crowded Bobby Lewis while they're asking hard-working public servants protect 7,000 in the chest. The speaker here cut a low must see 7,000. Right? The black dye that catfish is used on the hair, the alone is more than 7,000. Some of them drinks that they have by this cocktail alone is more than 7,000. I would hazard that the bill for this cocktail, for these couple of folks that were there, was well over $20 million. I would hazard a guess. It was well over that. Pamela, Viola Canjas, they are hypocrites, hypocrites. They are Jebusites. They are Philistines. That's who they be. The wicked folks, the PPP, wicked, stink and dirty. They're asking y'all to do things they themselves cannot live up to. Wicked. Crime spiraling. It's a cocaine economy. Crime spiraling, folks. Spiraling every day. Every day is something with this country. So we see that. Robson Ben, your name calling. Your name calling. There's a fellow from quarantine who recently got busted with cocaine every day. It's a cocaine economy. That's the only thing that is going, it's a cocaine economy. Them boys come back. And the cocaine traffickers were happy when they saw them being installed. They come back. Every day, somebody being intercepted with cocaine. Today, it was a man from quarantine. They're in shame, They're in shame. And then they're going to want to get on national television. And they're going to want to lecture us. Yes, they are going to want to lecture us about how crime is going down. Folks, we beg. We beg, but we ain't stupid. Claire Capel, I don't know about you, but I think you're big. But you're stupid. Politics, we beg. We got the age. But we still looking good. But we ain't stupid. Joseph Edwards, Dave, you know. Dave, you know. We beg, Dave. But we ain't stupid. Deborah Halley, Leon Logan, Kirk Heideken, Vanessa Hackett, we big. We ain't pagly and we ain't stupid. Folks, I told y'all, coming up to help us make sense of some of these issues. The one and only Rickford Burke out of New York, right? I would just, Rickford, I would just show up in the jurisdiction. It's mass confusion, country lockdown. They'll be able to Rickford show up, like if they really got COVID-19. You understand me? Curfew your skin. Curfew. Round the clock curfew. Rickford is going to be on the program this evening, and we look forward to his appearance. It's good to see Rickford laughing them. It's a pack of jokers. We got Paul Williams, Wilton Blue, German Osborne. I see Candy, Nelene Inderjeet is here as well. Shonette Barnes. Whatever happened to Shonette Smith-Daniels? Shonelle Smith-Daniels. I ain't seen Shonelle in a long time. She recover from this election yet? Shonelle, we miss you. Who know? Y'all know Shonelle? Tag her there. Says Shonelle, we miss you. In the ring, we miss you. Dude Not, Harry Lal. We see you there. Wilton Blue, Leron Rigby, Dulce Culliver. We see you as well. Debbie Prince. We big. But we ain't stupid. Where all this cocaine coming from? There was an old, well, not an old calypso, but in Trinidad, the refrain from the song said, somebody letting the cocaine pass. I know it's with Jack Dio them. Is there fun? Is they letting the cocaine pass? It's Frank and Vindia. They're letting the cocaine pass. Well, when you hear Darmlal, you can tell you on something. Darmlal letting the cocaine pass. You understand me? They're letting it pass. Coke in everything. How they got snow right now in North America, that's how coke falling. That's how coke falling here. It's a coke nation. It's a coke economy. So that is some of what is on the fight card. Moving along, folks. Moving along. Rickford Burke is coming up. Corrupt PPP. Y'all know the corrupt. I know the corrupt. We all know the people corrupt. And so the question about the financial management of the Amerindian Fund came up recently. Yep, there's a fund called the Amerindian Fund, and it's used to do projects for First People, for indigenous people. But there have been in recent times lots of questions raised about some of the spending, the proprietary of the spending, the integrity of the spending. Nothing regular under these boys, Nothing not regular. And so when Sukai, Pauline, this is a woman who spent $2 million to $3 million just on her dental work. Right? And you guys understand what we mean when we say Pauline had a whole alien in her mouth there. Questions were asked of her. Pauline said it's the wrong time to ask these questions about the Amerindian Fund financial status. It is the wrong time for good governance. Right? Well, the people come back, so we understand why they might say that. It is the wrong time, Pauline said, to ask about good governance, good stewardship. It is the wrong time to ask about how the Amerindian Fund is being spent, how the monies are being doled. That is what Pauline said to the nation. And this was picked up by Starbuck News. If you all don't believe us, later on, take a look at Starbuck News. You can imagine this, and ministers are being asked about questions falling on his or her portfolio. Serious questions. indictable questions. But the minister says, it's the wrong time. You all understand why you're seeing a flurry of activities rather plural, with the diplomatic missions, the ABC EU countries. They're fed up with them too. They're fed up. At any point in time, a minister must be prepared to answer the tough questions. She says the wrong time. It's the wrong time to ask people about corruption. We ain't finished yet. Come back later on. It's the wrong time. Pauline, right? Same Pauline Sukai from the Sharon Hicks affair, right? That ministry, they're tetanus, that ministry, they should replace that signboard outside and put Young and the Restless Ministry. Who there with who? Who set up who? Who backbiting? Who backstabbing? Who side chick? Right? I think after a certain age you can't be side chick. Pauline, you too old to be a side chick. Come on, right? You're too old to be a side chick, Pauline. That being said, a lot of things happen in the ministry. We got the files. Hold on. We can't share everything in 2021. In 2022, we telling you we're taking off the gloves. Pace and power. They got a woman at the deeds registry. We ain't forget she yet. Some of you think we forget the woman at the deeds registry. Hold on, man. We dotted with I's and crossing with T's. 2022 is pace and power. You understand? When I telling y'all this, something happened to me, another Rasta gonna take me place. I don't tell them boys, this seat got to be filled. We got to keep firing. Another Rasta gonna take me place. We got time with that? Pace and power. That's how we roll in 2022. Pace and power, Chisung Henry. Heaven, faith, pace and power. Politics, Shondell, Halley, pace and power. Not P-A-S-T-E. P-A-C-E, like pace bowling. Velocity, trajectory, pace and power. You understand me? Somebody told me the other day they like my use of words. I went to Eugene. I mean drop out. I did not drop out, folks. I did communication as an undergraduate. I read law as well. You understand me? Pace and power. Parents ensured I took in my education. I make planes at the back of the class 1 and 2 times, but I took in the rest of it. I know my subjects from my verbs, but that's about it. Don't tell nobody. That's about it. Pace and power. So, Pauline, why you ask no questions about this Amranian fund? Who is Pauline? This money she on? This money is Pauline boyfriend money? Eh? Who else can get set up before Pauline done? The money is not Pauline money. Pauline answer the questions. Folks, we can left some for 2022. But watch this story here. Watch this story. 2022 is peace and power. But the corrupt, they are corrupt. And that is why Pauline Suka is not prepared to answer the questions about the Ambrinian fund. You know why? They know this skullduggery they're doing. They know this skullduggery, what they're doing. Well, since the whole of civil society come out against the corrupt Ali Jagdeo administration and regime installed, they have been putting all of their people out at different points to talk about this natural resource fund and how the fund is going to be managed. Today, it was Chung from the Private Sector Commission, the chairman. He came out and said that the private sector will endeavor to have wide consultation for its representative on the oil fund board. For its representatives on the oil fund board. Folks, whenever you talk about inclusivity, transparency, good governance, there is no reference point in the PPP. There is none. Stabrook News, quite recently, talking about the oil fund, talking about the natural resource fund and the board that is going to manage the fund, said that under the David Granger-led administration, this fund and how the board was constituted meant to engender inclusivity. Stabrook News in its editorial went on to say that this could have been a model for the entire nation on inclusivity. You can't cite the PPP for nothing like that. You cannot cite the PPP on works like that. And that is the challenge that we have. So the private sector, through Mr. Chung, the chairman, said today that it will have wide consultations on the oil fund. Folks, they don't know who they want to put on the board. Don't let me fool myself. Just the same way we called it very early, and so Vishnu Prasad going to be the next CEO of GCOM, they don't know. Everything else is gimmicks. Everything else is gimmicks. They already know who they want to put there. They don't know, right? But they want to fool us. As one man said, they want to kerfuffle us. They already know who they want to put there. They want a yes man. That's what they want there. They want a yes man. You think they want somebody to challenge them? Yeah? Dave, your name calling. Dave, your name calling. We got a fella here named Dave. He's watching the little sideways. Dave. All right. The other day was national challenge last days. Don't do it up. Don't do us that. But that's what the private sector is saying. That's what the private sector is saying. They're going to wide consultation. How you go to wide consultation, you don't got a name in the bag. That is how, like how when Claudette, in choosing Vishnu Prasad for the CEO of GCOM, said she listened to everybody and then came to a conclusion, but already had a prepared statement, well typed out. You listen to everybody, but you don't get a statement to read after everybody has spoken. We beg, but we ain't stupid. We beg. We are not stupid. But the PPP, Jesus, the wicked, stink and dirty. That's the PPP. Wicked, stink and dirty. That being said, the PNCR leader said he didn't trust them. He said they are politically affiliated. And this story we're picking up out of Demerara Waves. They're politically affiliated. And you know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about. For the last year, the last 18 months, the last 19 months, they have been a mouthpiece for the government. So now the government wants to shore up confidence in this dastardly new the Natural Resource Fund Act coming before the National Assembly next week. They want to shore up confidence. So they sell out the minion in the private sector. So nothing is right that the Private Sector Commission is politically affiliated. You've ever seen they said anything contrary to what's happening in the administration? The regime, the installed regime? No. The man is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Mouthpiece for the installed PPP regime, folks. Folks, cost of living going up. Cost of living going up. Them boys don't know what to do with the economy. They're pelting money at everything. They're pelting money at anything that moves. Right? Anything that moves. But the economy move it. Somebody open this economy. Only your name calling. Only your name calling. Them boys say, you know, some strong open people. Your name calling. The economy moving. All the throwing money at the economy. They're watching me funny here. All the throwing money at this economy. Nothing is moving. Nothing that move. So we saw today, listen to me. If you want to know how scared these jagabots scared, look at the flurry of activities. Look at the flurry of activities. We are just days away from Christmas. They now come saying they're giving the joint services tax-free bonus. Tax-free bonus. Suddenly, how come the public service ain't a tax-free bonus? How come the public service? But some of y'all singing for y'all supper. Some of y'all can be bought. Some of you can be bought. Not us here. Not us here. Some people singing for the supper. So suddenly they care. Suddenly they care. And so they're boasting of a return of the tax-free bonus, but with improved salaries for 5 consecutive years under the APNU AFC regime. Those very soldiers, instead of a one-off bonus, will also get increased pension when they finish serving their country with dignity. They will get increased pension for the rest of their lives. So then they come around with funny, the PPP, about bonus. and being tax-free. Why you give the public servants tax-free bonus? Moving along. Moving along, folks. Talking about tax-free bonus. Right? Pressure that's bust pipe. Pressure that's bust pipe. I saw the Bar Association come out from on their rack. The Bar Association came out from on their rack and dig an uppercut in Nigel Darmlal, baby Jagabat, for the nonsense he said last evening about the justices on the Court of Appeal. An uppercut. I saw the Alliance for Change come out with a high fall. And then I saw the PNC come with a right hook. And no sooner Darmlal said his stupid foolishness about those High Court justices being defrocked because they creating judgments in a certain direction and with a certain slant. Utter nonsense. The man has now been defrocked of those comments. He has been defrocked of those comments. And rightly so. He has pulled back the comments. He has pulled back the comments. Folks, let me tell you something. A good measure for these Jagabats is measure twice and cut once. Measure twice and cut once. He like talk. That's the problem. He loves to talk. And for the main event this evening, folks, you better share the live stream for the main event. I told you I got a guess. When he start talking, them boys in the police forces get worried. I know some of them, they're by a screen right now listening. They got notepad in hand and pen, and they're going to be scribbling things. People calling on cell phones right now to say this man on, listening. You understand me? So look how the numbers going to go up now. Watch how these numbers going to go up now. Folks, it's my privilege to have my friend and brother, Rickford Burke, in the ring this evening. Rickford has shut down the whole country the other day, looking on every tin cup. Wanted bulletin. Right? Since you, because you get this thing first before me. I think it's a right of passage politically, to be imprisoned by your political opponents. You understand me? They get wanted bulletin issued and all that. It's a right of passage for them to tap your cell phone, listening to all me and my wife's sex conversation. It's a right of passage.
Really?
It's a right of passage. You understand me? I tell you, I choose a girl from Region 5 because the girl know about good cakes, good black cake. Unquestionable. You understand me? First time I taste the girl cake, I said, I can marry this girl. I made a decision that day. Rickford, I can marry this girl. Listen to me, folks. Jagdio, Kwame, a nice girl from Barbados would change your life. Would change your life. Rickford, good to have you, my brother. Welcome. Let's see what happens this evening. Welcome.
Good night. Maybe a second bulletin will go out.
They will now re-emphasize your first bulletin, Rickford. Rickford, how did you feel? We haven't had a chance to catch up publicly since then. When you saw, that bulletin issued after you would have been in the ring the last time.
Well, like I told Travis Chase, it's appalling garbage. I mean, what? Apart from the fact that it's a joke, it represents a serious threat to democracy. And I think the PP feel so bold because they feel that they have all of this oil money behind them, that they're emboldened to try to take extraterritorial action. They think that they could act beyond their jurisdiction because they feel that they're so empowered because they have they perceive that they have the backing of the international community behind them. And they feel that they could apply Guyanese law in the United States of America. Now, Sharad, before I go on, let me warn that if the PUP believes that they can implement Guyana's laws in the United States, they must be very worried that we in the United States can implement Guyana's laws. And there's a wide array of laws, including self-defense laws, including international laws that can be enforced in the United States. And we are looking at all of those options with both U.S. officials and attorneys in the United States. And so they should be forewarned that if they want to reach into the United States and impose Guyana's law, which is comical, we might very well do the same thing. And they must be very worried when they come to this country. But on a serious note, I mean, that was a serious comment, but on the other hand, let me say this: that the fact that the PPP government believes that they're so powerful that they can attack me in the United States because I sued Barjapeo. Make no mistake about it. As the attorney for the Ethnic Relations Commission very capably and expertly laid out in a document called Advice on Jurisdiction to the Ethnic Relations Commission, Ms. Hazelwood, as she so expertly said, that nothing that we say, they have been targeting myself, Mark Benchcott, Dr. David Hines, for a long time, yourself, Sherrod. Nothing we say is in violation of the law. It's part of free speech. And, Barjabde previously said that there must be no peace in the country if the APNU allegedly rigged the election. He
Correct.
said, go walk behind them, chase them. That's, inciting violence against the president and members of the
He said
cabinet.
the nature of the struggle has to change.
Has to change. They tried to overturn, including our finale, they tried to overturn Karen Cummings' car at the Pegasus. That's what President Granger said, not me.
Yep.
President Granger said that's what the police report was.
Art was there.
Right. They tried to overturn the Dr. Karen Cummings' car. They have been inciting violence against me. This is something that I just had a meeting about today with law enforcement here. There are several death threats against me, as Mr. Norton spoke about it the other day, on our finale's website, on the police website, and the police seem to be promoting it. Terroristic threats. Now, we live in the United States of America. We see what free speech right is. We understand it. We practice it. That is the Constitution. And we are not going to allow the PPP to infringe on our rights. We're not going to let the PPP intimidate us and the Guyana Police Force intimidate us. Now, on a more serious issue, Sherrod, the PPP has been weaponizing the Guyana Police Force. The PPP has now commissioned the Guyana Police Force to go and obtain political revenge against their political opponents. No longer is the death squad operable. They are now trying to get the police force to do the work that the death squad did, which is to go after their political opponents. And internationally, I hope international actors are watching this, because the Guyana Police Force, to me, has walked away from its constitutional mandate, and it is now the security force of the PPP. Now, let us see what this wanted bulletin has done. The wanted bulletin has crossed jurisdictions and have said that I committed violated some law in Guyana, when I have never been in Guyana, when the Ethnic Relations Commission attorney warned PPP that they can only cite violations of the law that happened in Guyana. And the fact that the PPP believes that they could issue wanted bulletins for people in the United States. I wonder if they have already issued a wanted bulletin for Kyle Rittenhouse, who shot those two white men at the Black Lives Matter event in Wisconsin and got off scot-free. If they think that they can implement Guyana law in the United States, why don't they issue a wanted bulletin for him? Why don't they issue a wanted bulletin for other people who commit crimes in the United States who are Guyanese? They won't do that. The fact of the matter is that they're trying to intimidate me, and they're trying to get political revenge against me for Barjabeo, because we have given him notice, served him with notice that we have filed a $100 million lawsuit against him. The other thing is that the Guyana Police Force fabricated these charges. They have fabricated charges against members of GCOM, 8 members of GCOM. They have fabricated charges against Walter Lawrence, Carl Joseph, the chief elections officer, the deputy chief elections officer, Mr. Mingo. They fabricated charges against Calvin Heath London, Trevor Ben, James Bond, and all of these people. The Guyana Police Force has no integrity. They're known as the international fabricators of crimes against or charges against political opponents of the PPP. And the people of Guyana need to be warned that we have a police force with no integrity. You can't believe anything the Guyana Police Force says, Sherrod. They issued a statement after they killed, or in Boston, that lied. They said that he was shot in a confrontation. It's a lie. He was shot in his bed. They issued a statement after they shot and killed Kevin Andrews. They said that he was shot in a shootout with the police. That's a lie. They have no gun on him. They said that some gentleman confessed to the murder of Isaiah Joel Henry when we know that they allegedly set it up. And then they charged Isaiah Joel Henry's mother and brother with murder. Now they've fabricated these charges against me when I have not even been in the country. Just now they have come out and issued a bulletin and said Rickford Burke murdered somebody in Guyana. So you cannot trust anything the Guyana police force says. And so people in Guyana must understand this. They have a police force with no integrity, and we know probably by now every Guyanese know that the Guyana police force is the most dishonest police force in the world.
Yep. And quite interestingly, as you're talking about charges, when the Brickdam police station was razed to the ground, this is elements in the USA, and we knew who they were talking about. The building that houses the Office for Professional Responsibility of the Police Force, and the office also of the Deputy, the Director of Public Prosecutions. When that building was razed, again, they said it's elements in the US of A. Right? And now the report about the fire and the origins of the fire is being held up for review, for consultation, for legal opinion. All that, I thought it would have been very, very much in a hurry to confirm what Robeson Ben was inciting there.
Well, the thing about it is that, again, and the president, the installed president did the same thing. The day after the Brickdam police fired, he said that it was caused by the diaspora. And then Robeson Ben said the other fire was caused by the diaspora. Now, this is what's happening, Sharon. We are most effective against the PPP. We've been holding them accountable. We've been talking with international actors. We've been talking with United States government officials in the two branches of government, legislative and executive branch. And they're taking action because of our advocacy. And so the PPP is upset. And now they want to do everything to harm us. They can't do me anything, as Aubrey Norton said the other day. They can't inflict any damage on me in the media like they've done with me, because I can respond and I have the means to respond to them. They can't harm me physically, even though they have been planning to kill me for the longest while. They can't do that. I'm in the United States and I'm protected by the United States law enforcement. Now, how they could harm me? They want to put out this wanted bulletin, because they think that when people Google me, and this is actually a discussion that somebody from the PP told me that they had. They want this, when people Google me, they'll see that I'm a wanted fugitive. And that will be their campaign soon, that I'm a fugitive, I'm a criminal, and nobody should take me seriously because I'm wanted. And they think that that's going to dissuade United States government officials from listening to us. They don't understand that we have a relationship with our elected officials, and the United States government has a responsibility to respond to the interests and concerns of their citizens. So nothing is going to change. What is going to change is how the world views the PPP government as a communist dictatorship trying to build an ethnocratic apartheid regime in Guyana. And Sharad, I mentioned last night that the 4 ambassadors, the ABCE ambassadors, I am actually shocked that there's been intense scrutiny on them, and they are absolutely quiet, regardless or in spite of the massive corruption, in spite of the racism, in spite of the fact that the Guyana police force has been taking political instructions from the political directorate, from the government, telling them who must be charged and who must not be charged, which is dangerous for the democracy. Our democracy is in peril. Guyana is on a tyrannic slide to dictatorship, and they are absolutely silent. It is stunning. And we want to call on the ABC ambassadors to speak out about the atrocities in Guyana. Black people are dying. They started killing Black people again. Speak out. Racism is rampant. Speak out. Corruption is rampant. Speak out. Just like they were speaking out during the elections. But I wonder, Sheriff, if they're not speaking out because Black people are the victims. And where they come from, they don't have respect for Black people. Maybe it's a question I'm asking.
Yep, indeed. Part of what we've been seeing, now that you've said that, is a flurry of activities with the ABCEU countries We saw them meeting with GCOM quite recently. We saw a statement come out congratulating Mr. Norton there from the US Embassy here. And then we see the British High Commissioner has signaled that she wants to meet with the new leader of the PNCR in the new year. Is that on indicative of anything if you're reading the tea leaves?
Well, that's their responsibility. Their responsibility is not to demonstrate partisanship. Their responsibility is to be a representative of their president and their head of state and their nation to all of Guyana, to all Guyanese. What they have been doing in recent months is showing that they only represent the support base of the PPP, particularly the American ambassador. She has been openly biased, showing that, as far as I'm concerned, contempt for the other half of the population that did not support the PPP. Sometimes people wonder. I saw somebody on Facebook saying that her name is Sarah PPP Lynch. Now, that is not being malicious. That is a perception that she's part and parcel of the PPP. She's ingratiated herself. Now, like I always say, I'm critical of her. She might be a perfectly nice human being, but she has compromised the values of the United States by being so closely aligned with a corrupt regime that has murdered people. This government, the PPP party, has formed death squads that have killed people. And there's never been an investigation. And that's why we're angry, because these people promoted these people, fought for them to go back into power. And now we see deaths of African Guyanese again, and they're silent. And that's why we're angry. We're not making up stuff. Rickford Burke and CGID is not angry because we want power. We're not in Guyana. We're stakeholders as members of the diaspora, but we believe that there must be accountability when there's an atrocity. And we want the international community to hold the PPP accountable. Over 1,000, call it whatever number you want. President Grange is the one who, in a meeting with us, said that his intelligence and the statistics show that between 1999 and 2011, there were over 1,500 questionable murders, most of which were extrajudicial killings. Now, President Grange should have ensured that there was an investigation. He didn't. But the world must ensure that there's an investigation, because these are crimes against humanity.
Yep. Very, very much so. Rickford, you brought Mr. Norton into the discussion, and you were very vocal during the campaign that there needed to be a change in terms of the leadership of the PNCR. You seem to have gotten what you wanted. Now, I saw a press statement coming out of your organization, the CGID, just this afternoon, having additional demands. Well, say one, Rickford. Well, say one.
Oh, no. We are not in any position to make demands. We are we are proponents of democracy and good governance and good politics. Now, what the statement said is that when you look at the margin of victory of Mr. Norton, when you look at the fact that Mr. Norton, and I want to say that I did not endorse anybody for leadership. I said publicly, like I said to you, and I said to all the other shows that I've been on, that I am willing to work with anybody. My organization is willing to work with anybody in Guyana, so long as it's for the benefit of the people of Guyana. And in this case, we don't support the PPP because of its atrocities. And so we openly support the coalition because we believe the coalition represents better governance and a better formula for democracy. Now, we said that given the margin of victory that we've seen Mr. Norton obtain, given the fact that the coalition, the PNC is part of a coalition and is the largest party in the coalition, we believe that, and the fact that Mr. Norton speaks to the views of the large support base of the coalition, that he should be in Parliament. One, because his name has been on the list. Now he is the leader of the PNC. And we believe that the party elders and the party members and its leadership could come to some sort of modus vivendi where Mr. Norton can be placed in Parliament. I expect that might happen soon, given the fact that Mr. Harman campaigned on, and this is not in any way an indictment or a criticism of Mr. Harmon in any way at all. I think Mr. Harmon had to play the hand he was dealt with, and I admire the fact that he stood up against the PPP and fought for the APNE coalition government during the recount, and President Berger just pulled the rug from under him and other members of his cabinet. But I saw that Mr. Harmon campaigned vigorously on the principle that the party leader should be the opposition leader. Now, that's his belief. That was what he campaigned on. I'm not commenting on that. All I'm saying is that I think Mr. Norton should be in Parliament. And that was the unanimous decision to make that statement calling for Mr. Norton to be in Parliament. The entire board of directors of CGID made that call.
Very well. That being said, what are you looking forward to now that the dust is settled on the campaign proper as the next step in moving things forward in terms of this new dispensation of the PNCR?
Well, hopefully the PNC would continue to be the bulwark political party it is. The PNC will now revive itself. I think the party has been kind of a little apathetic. I want to use that word. I don't want to use any other word. I want to put the past behind me and us all. But I think the party has to revive itself. The party has to re-energize its base. The party has to confront the PPP. The PPP only understand political confrontation. And so the party has to change its posture to hold the PPP accountable for corruption, for racism, for its murderous conduct, continue to advocate for justice for all these people that have been killed, continue to prosecute against the case against the PPP that it is the most corrupt political party in the hemisphere and that it is the most racist government in the hemisphere. The PPP should be prosecuted. And the party, the PNC, which is a party that is tested and proven, has demonstrated the ability to take on the PPP. The party has governed for decades, and then recently again governed for 5 years. And I think the party leadership must take up this mantle and run with it, go throughout the length and breadth of the country, reconnect with the people, re-energize its base, and form a wider coalition. Bring in trade unions, religious groups, women's groups, community groups, youth groups, everybody into a coalition to confront the PPP and trash them at the next election. That's what I hope to see in the new PNC.
Fantastic. And before we go, Rickford, what did you think of the comments coming from Baby Chagabat, Nigel Darmlal on the elections petition 99 ruling, especially as regards the two justices there who ruled in favor that the court has jurisdiction to hear that matter?
Well, did you say Baby Chagabat?
Baby Chagabat Darmlal.
Well, I thought it was a reprehensible comment. I think it was an attempt to intimidate the judiciary. It was a severe attack on the judiciary by the executive branch. And don't be fooled. I don't think Darmlal made that statement independently. No one from the government immediately flagged it. They allowed the Bar Association to come out and condemn it, opposition to condemn it, CGID condemn it. It was widely condemned on social media, and the government has said nothing. This government continues to attack judges, especially African Guyanese judges. They did the same thing to Justice Franklin Holder. And by the way, the installed Attorney General, as far as I'm concerned, made a veiled attack on the judges as well. And I think it's disgraceful. The PPP wants to cultivate the judiciary. They want to cultivate every single sector in society to support them. And if people don't support them, they attack them. Now, just imagine, people are quiet. You think President Granger, he didn't attack the Chief Justice. He said that the Chief Justice has her views and he has his, and he disagreed with her judgment. I slapped him down for that. CGID slapped him down for that because it was unbecoming for a president of a country to say that about the judgment of the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice ruling became law, and it should be respected by the president. He should have said that he disagreed with the ruling. But to say that she has her view and he has her view is the law. And he should respect it. And this government should do the same thing. We criticize judges all the time. I've done it. Never have we said judge must be fired. And it shows that nobody is off bounds to the PPP. They think that they're so powerful. They're picking a fight with the United States that could just scram them up in two fingers and throw them into the Atlantic. They're picking a fight with
I want
everybody.
to keep picking it. I want to keep picking it. Don't let us go.
They think they have the support of the ambassador, and they think that the ambassador, so long as they have the support of the ambassador, they can do whatever they want and attack the United States. I mean, they're so bad they're attacking Congress member. I remember by Jaffe in this interview with critics implied that Congressman Hakeem Jeffries is racist. They have no respect for authority. No respect for authority, and I'm surprised that the Pope itself has not issued a statement condemning Nigel Darmlow's statement. He's not a regular citizen; he's a minister of government. So it is the executive branch attacking judiciary. It is reprehensible and absurd. It's an abomination, and more of civil society should condemn it. It's an attack on the judiciary and an attempt to intimidate the judiciary.
Fantastic. And we totally agree with you on that note. It's an attempt to intimidate the judiciary and to kind of even shape the kind of judgments coming out from the judiciary.
But it is something that has happened all the time. You would recall that 2 weeks ago, a prosecutor said that there can be no free trial in the high courts on political matters. Implying that judges and juries are biased in Georgetown. And the citizenry is quiet. I want to know where are the same civil society actors that were so active condemning calling for democracy during the reconclaves here. They've gone silent.
Yep. Rickford, those are our views as well. What are they? Where the Guardian's gone? That being said, Rickford, I really want to thank you for coming by this evening. You're always welcome here. Wanted or not, you're always wanted here. Wanted on this program.
I'm happy to be on. I am unbothered by the police bulletin. And I think the police bulletin is an attack on democracy. And also, it's a very dangerous thing. All Guyanese should be scared that these people continue in the police force, continue to take political instructions to fabricate charges against citizens who disagree with and criticize the PPP government. Is very dangerous. And I think we probably at this point in time need to see if we probably don't need to have a new police force or find some way of retraining these people, because the police force right now believes that they must carry out the political vendetta of the PPP, not serve and protect the nation. It is disgraceful.
Very well. Thanks, Rickford, for coming by once more.
Thank you.
Awesome. Folks, that's our program this evening. The man himself, the president of the Caribbean, the Caribbean group, the Caribbean Guyana Governance Initiative, I think that's the name of it. CGID. Rickford, apologies. We are going to get it right. The fancy name group, but performing such a fantastic function, always engaging the leaders in the diaspora, always engaging the leadership there in the United States. CGID, a very, 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 very relevant and much needed group. Folks, 2021, peace and power. Thanks to so many of you who have come by this evening. In the ring, we are so grateful for folks like Clive Jackson. We hope that before you guys go, you take the opportunity to share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. Angela McDonald, we want to see you. Winston Marshall, we want to see you. Laverne Haricharan, Kelman Prasad, we want to see you. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to have you guys ringside. Good to have you guys in the Coliseum, in the arena. Share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well, people. And why don't you take the opportunity before you go to partner with us? Guys, we want to do more of this. This is what energizes us. Bringing the information to you, being on the ground among the people, getting things done on their behalf. Help us to do more of that in 2022 and beyond, guys. Come on board on a monthly basis and partner with us for as little as $5 per month. Things can't sit tight with you guys there. For $10 per month, 15, 20, guys, you can help our program and programs now to expand. There's the In the Ring broadcast. There is the podcast Below the Belt. We have our website, Credible Sources, can be found at crediblesourcesgy.com. In addition to that, soon as the new year break, we are launching additional initiatives because we know they are needed. So look forward to that. Folks, this is what the finances that you contribute to us go towards. Not paying me bills by any means, but paying the bills to keep what we're doing here going. So come on board. We got the PayPal platform available for you guys. It's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. That's our PayPal email address, in the ring 592 at gmail.com. We're available via Cash App as well. It is a $ or a symbol, in the ring 592. That's our Cash App handle. The $ or dollar symbol, in the ring 592. That is our Cash App handle. And then we're available via MMG 6276963, 6276963. And then we can be had also via MoneyGram or via Western Union. Folks, you see what we've been doing, and we're going to be doing more of it. On behalf of the entire team, guys, thank you, those of you who are already partnering with us, those of you who are going to come back and partner with us, and those of you who are partnering with us for the very first time. Guys, smash that emoji button before you go. Share the live stream before you go. Marcy Agard, you share the live stream yet? Aegis Williams, Abiola Clark, you share the live stream. Denise London Welchman, have you done so? Clive Jackson, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs is with us. Folks, we love to see you guys. We are so heartened by you guys joining us night after night. That energizes us for tomorrow evening. And when y'all show up tomorrow evening and make the Trenchies and the Jagabats jealous, make them tremble, it fires us up for the night after that. And that is how we've been able to do this now, week after week, month after month, and now we can see year after year. It is because of you. It's not me. It's because you guys show up. You guys make the program what it is. You all keep us on our toes to keep producing good content, to get the facts, to pursue the facts, to pursue the truth, and to defend the facts. You guys make the program what it is. And we're so grateful to have all of you in the ring with us night after night. We know that y'all focus a little bit on the blind stove. Y'all focus a little bit on changing the comforter, on the painting, on the pickled pork, on the dal puri, on the corn roti, on the cook-up, and all those things that go hand in hand with celebrating Christmas. But we are going to be here with you guys, pace and power, right down to the finish line of 2021, and pace and power into 2022. We said to you guys, and I want to put you on notice, Christmas morning, that's if Dave could wake up. I don't know. These guys, them young people, we're going to do about 2 hours of programming, our Christmas morning program. We're going to have somebody telling us about the reason for the season, because some of y'all think it's about black cake and gingerbread and so on. And it's about 7% or 1 month bonus, but it's more than that. Folks, we want to thank you for being part of the program this evening. That's our time. As you go, remember to social distance, wear your mask, sanitize, practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for joining the program.